It's time for the news.
UN humanitarian agencies have denounced the catastrophic situation in the Gaza Strip, where a whole generation is being wiped out because of the savage Zionist aggression and the suffocating blockade imposed on the Palestinian enclave. And New Zealand has described as appalling the situation in the Gaza Strip, where the famine added to the atrocities of the 2-year-long genocide. And the spokesman for the UN Secretary General Stephen Dujarric has said that the United Nations is concerned by the latest attacks in Al-Fasher, the capital of the state of North Darfur, and the violence in Kordofan in the south. And those were the major developments. Now the full news edition. I'm Asia Bukar and I'm accompanied today by my colleague Mas'ud Sharfi. Hi Mas'ud.
Hello Asia.
And first in the news, the Deputy Chairman of the African Union Commission, Ms. Salma Malika Haddadi, has called for the strengthening of volunteer actions carried out by African youth, recalling that the AU fully recognizes the transformative power of volunteering in terms of youth empowerment. She said the African Union fully recognizes the transformative power of volunteering in empowering young people, opening up meaningful participation and promoting development. This principle is also enshrined in the Youth Charter, which calls on African member states to institutionalize volunteering and develop robust youth policies and programs at all levels.
The members of the National People's Assembly APN, Khawla Talbi and Ibrahim Haj Hanni, have taken part in a meeting via video conference entitled Platforms and Initiatives for the Political Empowerment of Young People, as part of a series of empowerment initiatives by the Interparliamentary Union IPU and the Initiative for the Democratic Participation of Women and Young People. During this session, Ibrahim Haj Hanni praised the enriching presentations by international experts and specialists aimed at promoting the political empowerment of young people and the exchange of expertise on youth networks and capacity building initiatives. For her part, Ms. Talbi highlighted in her speech the role of the Parliamentary Youth Network within the APN, created in December 2023 and comprising 95 MPs, including 11 women, emphasizing that the two main objectives set by the Parliamentary Network's initial regulations are to strengthen the political participation of young people and to support efforts to integrate this group into society.
The Council of Europe has warned against arms sales to the Zionist entity, urging its 46 member states to ensure that such weapons are not used in the context of human rights violations in Gaza, which has been subjected to genocidal aggression since October 2023. In a statement, the Council of Europe's Commissioner for Human Rights reiterated his call for member countries to make every possible effort to prevent and address violations of international humanitarian law and human rights in the context of the ongoing aggression against the Palestinian enclave. The statement indicated that this includes applying existing legal standards to ensure that arms transfer are not authorized when there is a risk of their use in committing violations of fundamental rights. It also recalled that last week, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz decided to suspend arms exports to Israeli occupation that could be used in the Gaza Strip until further notice.
The European Union and several countries has condemned the situation of famine in Gaza caused by the Zionist aggression and the suffocating blockade imposed on the Palestinian enclave, calling for urgent action to put an end to it. In a joint statement, the EU and 24 countries said that the humanitarian distress in Gaza has reached an unimaginable level, stressing that famine is unfolding before our eyes. The signatories, including Canada, Japan, the United Kingdom and Australia, urged the Israeli occupying authorities to allow all humanitarian aid convoys from international NGOs and to lift the obstacles preventing humanitarian workers from intervening. Since March 2nd, the occupation forces have closed all crossing points, blocking the entry of most food and medical aid into Gaza Strip, where famine and malnutrition have claimed the lives of 227 Palestinians, including 103 children.
In the same line, the spokesman of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Stephen Dujarric, deplored the humanitarian situation in Gaza, highlighting the alarming starvation of people that caused fatalities.
Now, turning to the situation in Gaza, our colleagues at the World Food Programme warned today that starvation and malnutrition are at their highest levels in Gaza since the conflict began in October 2023. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health in Gaza reports to our colleagues on the ground that 5 people died over the past 24 hours due to malnutrition and starvation, bringing the total number of malnutrition-related deaths to 227 people, including 103 children. And again, that is those numbers are since October of 2023. Against this backdrop, humanitarian supplies entering Gaza remain far below the minimum required to meet people's immense needs. We and our humanitarian partners continue to do everything possible to bring assistance into Gaza. However, humanitarian movements still face significant delays and other impediments that prevent us from delivering aid at the scale that is needed.
Let's note that 8 Palestinians have died in the last 24 hours in Gaza due to starvation by the Israeli occupation.
UN humanitarian agencies have denounced the catastrophic situation in the Gaza Strip, where a whole generation is being wiped out because of the savage Zionist aggression and the suffocating blockade imposed on the Palestinian enclave. More details with Said Bouhazi.
The UN agency